the biofuel side, I own a company called Wellspring Biofuel. As you know, in biofuel, some of the metrics like how many gallons you can produce per acre, how much does it cost to produce 1 gallon, etc., capex and the operation and so on. Really, the economics doesn't work out. Even when it was $4, it was not good. Now it is less, it's not good yet. And there are companies coming on sale. We know big name companies with clean name available for sales already on the auction block. And more solar companies are now, disappearing. Nano solar kind of companies are also in trouble. So what's your projection, not prediction, projection, and what do you think we should do?
Sure. So the question was, there are a number of biofuels companies and solar companies who have raised a lot of money that look like they might be in a bit of trouble in terms of capitalization and where their economics are. I think you're illustrating a really important issue with the industry, which is that over the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a shakeout, unquestionably, where the companies that don't have a sustainable cost position, aren't able to manufacture at scale at the types of yields that they need to in order to achieve good economics, they're going to go away because it costs a substantial amount to keep these companies going, and there's going to be a big shakeout. And so I think it's a good and bad thing for the industry. I think it's good for the industry in the same way that the internet bubble popping left us with some amazing companies, i.e. Google, eBay, PayPal, and so forth. And that's going to happen in the clean tech industry, where the folks who survive are hopefully going to be the ones that can achieve some of these metrics that I mentioned. But it's a bad thing in that, as more of these companies fail, some of the investors who got in earlier at that time, might get turned off a bit from that, both at the venture capital level as well as private equity investors and on up to hedge fund investors, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's going to be a balancing act, and I think only now are we starting to see, some of that shakeout starting. But again, overall, in the end, we believe that the survivors will be the companies that have those sustainable technologies. Now, one possible wrench in this is the government equation and getting significant amount of funding from the stimulus package and so forth. And there, a lot of companies now, one of their big priorities is getting folks from the government relations area to be able to understand, what is the landscape of funding that I can get that's non-dilutive and sizable loan guarantees and so forth. So it is possible that a lot of companies that potentially might not necessarily deserve funding will get funding over time that allows them to figure it out along the way. And some companies that do have great technologies and sustainable cost positions don't get that funding. That could be the wrench that might disturb that equilibrium. But hopefully in the long run, it's going to be the winners that survive.
Okay. Unfortunately, we just have time for a question, so we'll just keep it for the end.
Okay, sure. Great.
Don't go away, Andrew. I'd like Ashwin Rangan, our advisor, to hand him a plaque of appreciation. Yes. Thank you.